House Bill 9, an act relating to retirement and declaring an emergency. Representative Weber.
Gentleman from McCracken.
Mr. Speaker, I yield to the gentleman from Bullet 26 for explanation of the bill and motion thereon.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Bullet 26 for explanation of the bill and a motion thereon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have spent several years studying and working on the state's pension issues, both as a member of the Public Pension Oversight Board and as co-chair of the Kentucky Retirement System Subcommittee, which began holding meetings in 2018 through 2019 and through part of 2020. One of the issues that repeatedly came up was the need to give the people invested in the county employment retirement systems, known as CERS, more control over their pension system. CERS is mostly composed of local government employees such as cities, counties, and school boards. Last year, we achieved that with House Bill 484. The measure creates an independent CERS Board of Trustees within one administrative structure, the Kentucky Public Pension Authority, also known as KPPA. Starting on April 1st, the CERS Board will make decisions for the CERS Trust, while a Kentucky Retirement Systems Board will handle the state's retirement systems. The Kentucky Employees Retirement System and the Kentucky State Police fall under KRS. KPPA will handle administrative needs for both the boards, hire staff such as investment managers, and manage office buildings. House Bill 484 allowed CERS some much-needed independence while providing cost savings for all three systems. Section 1 of the bill also called for the legislation we are voting on here today, House Bill 9. The first page of House Bill 484 stated, "It is the intent of the General Assembly to enact legislation in the 2021 regular session to create separate statutory structures as it relates to benefits for the Kentucky retirement systems and the county employees retirement system. Separate statutory structures help ensure that changes made for one pension system do not unduly impact another. This bill cleans up some language, removes outdated provisions, and establishes separate statutes for each system. Additionally, the bill makes a few changes to the original language in House Bill 484, including the following. It allows the CERS and KRS boards to hire general counsel and removes the requirement that the CEO of each board serve as its legal advisor. House Bill 9 requires the governor to make an appointment or reappointment to the CERS and KRS boards at least 30 days prior to a current member's term expiring. This allows ample time to ensure a seamless transition if a new member is appointed. House Bill 9 establishes that the CERS and KRS boards may have a joint disability appeals committee. The bill requires KPPA to submit a single budget for legislative approval that lists separate CERS and KRS expenses. The measure gives KPPA the authority to promulgate administrative regulations and carry out all administrative actions needed for KRS and CERS. House Bill 9 removes the requirement for separate retiree health trusts, allowing for one trust with separate accounts for CERS and KRS. This will reduce costs to both systems. This bill exempts the KPPA Chief Investment Officer and Deputy Chief Investment Officer from KRS Chapter 18A. This change is needed to provide salaries for these top investment positions that are more in line with industry standards. KRS compared their salaries to top investment officers in more than a dozen systems and found Kentucky was at the bottom. If we want to hire the best candidates to manage investments, which are vitally important for our struggling pension systems, then we have to offer equitable compensation. This bill also addresses a concern raised by KRS management about the new CERS Board of Trustees not forming until April the 1st. House Bill 9 allows the newly formed board to meet before that date. However, it does not allow them to take any official action until April the 1st. One thing that I want to stress with House Bill 9 that several folks have asked me about, House Bill 9 does not change any pension benefits. It does not limit the General Assembly's ability to change benefits and does not change employer contribution rates. Mr. Speaker, House Bill 9 has been the work of a long process of bringing all the stakeholders together, and I can say today that all stakeholders are in agreement with this piece of legislation. We have spent countless hours through meetings, emails, Zooms, you name it, it's probably happened, to agree on language for this bill. Just to name a few of those that are supporting the bill: KLC, KACO, the Kentucky School Board Association, the Kentucky Association of Chiefs of Police, your Magistrates and County Commissioners Association, your Kentucky Professional Firefighters, the Judge Executives Association, just to name a few of those that are involved and supportive of House Bill 9. Mr. Speaker, at this time, I would like, before I would yield any questions, would like to ask the clerk to report House Floor Amendment number 1.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 9.
Gentleman from Bullitt.
House Floor Amendment number 1 is, as KRS had this bill and was for a final time putting some eyes on it and examining it, came up with a number of things that they felt made the bill better. Basically, it clears up language. For example, we remove the Kentucky retirement systems and substitute for county retirement systems. It's cleanup language. It makes the bill tighter and cleaner. And if there are no questions, Mr. Speaker, I would move for the adoption of House Floor Amendment number 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Bullitt.
Mr. Speaker, I now move for the adoption of House Bill 9 as amended by House Floor Amendment number 1.